All right, it's January 30th, a Saturday here in Spencer, North Carolina. I'm at the Barber Junction Train Depot as the train pulls in at the North Carolina Transportation Museum. We're gonna have a walk around the town and the museum today, so y'all get ready for a good walk on a clear, beautiful morning here. It's 30 degrees, 35 degrees as the train pulls in. What a beautiful train that is. Take rides on this train while the museum's open. I think they do a couple of rides a day, not very much. I think you can get a ticket to the museum and the train maybe for around $12. Not exactly sure about that, but it's not much. Great place to bring the kids and a great place to learn about the transportation history. Beautiful train. All right, let's get started and have a walk around town. And this is the back of the train right here. People are getting off, getting organized. A lot of them going back to their cars, and some of them are going up this way toward the museum. You can see the buildings up ahead there. Old caboose right there. I wish the train still had a caboose on the end. Got a little train crossing up here. You can hear it going off now that the kids can play with, push the buttons and watch the gate go down. Something good for the kids to do. There's another look at that train crossing bell they can play with there. Let me zoom in a little bit. That thing will go off all day long as long as kids are around to play with it, that's for sure. Another look around here, back toward Barber Junction over there. Just do a full pan here. There's the parking lot. Plenty of parking here. Parking for RVs. You can see my RV over there against that those rail cars. Got some picnic areas here. Another old train sitting outside there. So yeah, come bring your kids here. Great place to come. I mean, it's probably 35 degrees out here today, and kids are wrapped up and having a ball. In the summertime, it's even more crowded than this, as people can have picnics and stuff outside. All right, let's go over here. We're going to walk into the town, see some of those old buildings, and then we'll swing back and take a tour through the museum. I'm on the other side now. You can see the old rail crossing that the kids were playing with off in the distance. And there's the Barber Junction Train Depot over there behind these rail cars. And I'm gonna swing around. There's the Spencer Fire Department. We'll go over here and check some of these old buildings out, and we'll walk up through there and see what the town's like, and then we'll shoot back across and go inside after that. We're across the street now. We're here at Mary May's Southern Mercantile. See if they're open today. Open on Wednesday through Friday and Saturday at 10. So yeah, they're open today. Yeah, come give them a check out. Looks like they got a lot of nice things inside. Got a nice shop, local sign here. That's what I'm all about. Welcome, friends. Nice old building. Got all its windows. Let's move on up. Looks like we've had a business here move. This is a jeweler's place. Somebody could open a shop up if they wanted to. Room to roof restoration company. I guess they restore your house if something happens to it. Presto Printing. And there's the museum over there on the other side. Coming up on 4th Street intersection here. Got a Bell's Soul Food Diner, but it looks like the old virus rules from the great governor of ours has maybe put them out of business. That's a shame. Hope that's not the case. All right, continue on up this way. All right, I decided to take a right at that corner. I was going to go straight across, but I decided to come down here. They have a museum of dolls, toys, and miniatures that you can go to, but it's not open, so maybe they're staying closed for the virus too, I'm not sure. But if you like that kind of thing, I don't know if you can see through without the glare. Lots of dolls of all sizes, kind of looking ghostly through this glass like that with my silhouette in the background. There's old Raggedy Ann. A lot of little dolls here. Let's see what they got on the other side. Got one of these Russian, I think that's a large example of maybe one of those Russian eggs you open up. See a little horse in there. So yeah, maybe something you want to do when they open back up. But to tell you the truth, it looks like this whole place was getting ready to be renovated probably at the beginning of 2020. And all this nonsense we've just went through has put a stop on it all. That's a shame. I hope they can recover. I'm all the way on the other side of the parking lot now. Yeah, you can see that's boarded up. Does look like they're doing some work inside. These are the original buildings of the town. It doesn't look like anything's inside them, but they've painted them up nicely. This one's not painted, but the ones on the end are. Again, you see all the windows are covered over. Either the businesses are closed or either they're going to remodel and maybe open up here pretty soon. Old country store over here on the other side. I can imagine this was a store you can buy groceries and odds and ends at one time a long time ago. I don't know what it's been recently, but nothing's in there now. We do have Roger Dogs. It's open today for anybody wanting to get a bite to eat. Got the menu. Cash only. Better not go digital in here, huh? No digital cash. A little alleyway here. Boarded up all the windows. For some reason, back in the day, they needed all that light. Looks like a little barber shop in here. White's Barber Shop. Travel agency over there. All right, let's go down here and go around the corner. So up here on the corner now, this is the direction it just came. They got a little choo-choo shop. Little choo-choo shop, I guess. You can buy model trains and things like that. Good place for a little shop like that, since there's a train museum right across the way there. Transportation Museum. Yeah, so these are just some of the original buildings. Some of them are fixed up nice and some of them aren't. It says custom shop on top. I don't know what they custom. Hair salon here. It's open, people are inside, that's good to see. Looks like there was a barber shop right here, but it's no longer here. Nice old building though. Yeah, if you want your hair cut, this place to do it here. Another beauty salon, Spencer Barber Shop, both open. Good to see. The Band Attic. Musical instruments in there, so good place to come. Check that out. Another empty store here if we have anybody wanting to open a business. Huge indoor space here. Be great for that. Pinocchio's. I have a feeling this was maybe a restaurant. Yep, restaurant. Another restaurant that bit the dust, it looks like. It doesn't look like it's being kept up. Maybe it's open, but I don't know. It's called Pinocchio's. If you're out this way, check it out and see. All right, we're gonna head over there. That's the Transportation Museum. That big building you see, I believe, is called the back house or something or another. I'll find out when I get over there, but that's where they used to work on the trains, bring them in. And the roundhouse is back there in the back. So we'll go through all that, see what they got to offer. I'm across the tracks now. That's where I just came from. Came up the sidewalk here, and you can come across here. They have a sign showing you what all the buildings are before you go in. There's Barber Junction where I showed you that train. That's where we started out. And we come down here, we have the back shop. That's that big building I showed you a minute ago. And they have the other shops. They have the flu shop, about said flu shot. A storehouse, roundhouse, that's the big roundhouse in the back we'll see in a little bit. Had paint shop, powerhouse, car repair shed, oil house, ice house, radio shop, roundhouse office, wheel balancing, and sand house in case the tracks got slick. Wow, this place is huge. All kinds of vehicles in here. You're going to come in here and you're an enthusiast, you're going to be here a while. You can see how far back that goes. That's the building where they used to bring the trains in and do major overhauls, I believe. Huge building. And right now I see lots of old trucks, cars, and things like this. So this must be a section about auto transportation and things like that. Old Dominion Freightliner down there. So we'll walk through here, we'll stop at some and get a little look at what they have. I won't show everything. I'll give you an idea what you can find in here. Check this 1930 Model A Huckster out. You don't see many of those around, do you? Got all kinds of old vehicles down there, different models you can come in here and check out. Great little lineup right there. For you Richie Riches, you got your little Rolls Royce here you could tool around town in. He's bigwig in that car. Old pickup truck here, I guess. Pretty cool. Got another one, bigger one right there. Be a big trucker man driving around in that, wouldn't you? Got a video here. You can watch about the different vehicles they have. Here's an old school bus. It looks like they're still working on it, getting it ready to be displayed. You can see different parts of vehicles over there. So this must be where they do their work. Going on down, you see some old plane wings. I guess they're going to have plane exhibits, and they're going to use them wings for something there in the future. Yeah, I can see an old plane down there in the distance. We'll go check that out. Here's that plane I was showing you earlier, that fuselage. I imagine them wings on the other side go to this. They're still restoring this. So far, it's looking good. Got some other cars all up down this back wall here. Some more trucks, old wagon on the back of an old truck. They also have an exhibit here of fire engines, ladder trucks. There's old Mack. I love looking at these old trucks. I retired from the Charlotte Fire Department back in 2015. Had a great career there. Love being a firefighter. Still love looking at these old trucks, this old hook and ladder. So here they have the 1946 Commonwealth Rear Wing Sky Ranger. I'd love to own that little plane. I'm a pilot too. Love to be able to have something like that, but it's a little bit too expensive for my blood. Another little amphibian over there if you can see it. Here's an interesting old wagon. I don't know what it was used for, but look at them old wheels. Interesting. Here's some examples of delivery trucks. There's no FedEx back then. This is what you would get. U.S. mail delivered by a wagon. That old horse has been pulling that around. Melville Dairy. You just hear those hooves clopping along the road as they come by and bringing you milk every day. And check these canoes out. hand dug out canoes, it looks like, yeah. Somebody put a lot of time and effort into that. Can you imagine how long that took to make? Just a big log, scooped out. A lot of skill back then. All right, walk on to this other side and see if we got something over there. Here's a great exhibit of old wagons people would have used to deliver their goods. There's one right there, another one over here. Then they have carriages that people would have used to ride around town in. Imagine if you had some of these carriages here, you were kind of well-to-do. But yeah, some great examples. These remind me of a big baby carriage or something. Almost, you'd push people around in if it was smaller. It's a big baby carriage with wheels now for people, adults. Yeah. Hook your horse up, get all dressed up, go to town, visit your neighbors. Oh, and even got little lights on them for nighttime visiting. And you've really had the money, you could get a covered one. Oh yeah, you'd be fancy coming up in this thing. Fancy cushioned seats. Oh man, you've been like a little king or queen in that thing. Here they have another buggy. This is probably 1870s and on, something like that. But they got a little backdrop there so you can kind of see what it might have looked like as you was riding by somebody's house, checking out the neighborhood. There's the back of the store, back of this back house. Say that 3 times. Okay, I just came through that back door there. This is the back side of this big building. They restored all those windows and really did a good job restoring this building. This is the roundhouse over here. And we're going to go in there and see those old trains in there. That ought to be interesting. All right, we're inside now. What a great exhibit of trains in here. If you love trains, you're going to want to come in this roundhouse. Look at that beast. Old 542. Got the old bell on top. Man. Old engineer down here checking things out. Getting ready to get these big wheels rolling. They have these information plaques here so you can learn about each train. I'm not going to read through each one of them. A lot of it's over my head, but I know a lot of you guys that love these trains will know what they're talking about. Look at that, old 544. I mean, that's muscle right there. Beautiful, beautiful train. Yep, Obama, we made this. Americans made a lot of things. And to say we didn't make any of it, you're just being foolish. American ingenuity from people who came here, became Americans, from all over. So it's not saying one race or the other had a better idea. We just all came here in this melting pot and we put things together. We made it happen. There's old 1031. The freedom we have in America is what allows us to be so creative and so prosperous. Check this train out. This looks like a big missile. 611. Wow. Got some videos down here. You can watch some of these trains in action. But I just love this train. Wow, 611. That was modern back in the day for sure. It looks modern now, to tell you the truth. That's the way I just came. We're in the roundhouse, still going around. Here's an empty spot right here. So the trains would be pulled in here to be worked on, and then they would be backed out. And that track, you see them out there in the middle, that thing spins, and it'll come to each one of these and set the trains off where they need to be. All right, we're going to continue on around, and they got another little section over here on to the left. We're going to go in there and see what they have in there. All right, the rest of the roundhouse is out there. Just come inside. Boy, it's warm in here. So they got this place heated up, but this looks like it's dedicated to flying. Anything to do with aircraft. Got the Wright brothers here in the middle. Just kind of go through here real slow. Yeah, talking about Kitty Hawk, Wright brothers. Got a little scaled down example of what it looked like down there at Kitty Hawk before all the development come in there and flattened it all out. I've been down there. It's still pretty down there, and got a great museum down there too. Love to have been back there in the day and saw that. I bet that was a thrill. Yeah. All kinds of planes. Great example right here. So I just left the part where the Wright Brother exhibit was. We're in the back room here where they still doing restorations. We're going to walk around this corner. It says more exhibits, so we'll see what they got. So yeah, there's the mechanic shop down there. Saturday, so nobody's working today, but you can see where they work on these old trains. Come up here and check them out while they're working one day during the week. Look at this picture here. People in the rail car going on a trip. Something you won't see every day here. In today's train rides or plane rides or any ride, it's people all dressed up to go somewhere. And they look good back in the day. Heck, people come out in their pajamas these days, sleeve stacking around. This looks terrible. Here's an old Streamliner people would have took back in the day. This says Streamliner to Florida. Built in 1939 for leisure travelers. You crawl up in that bad boy right there and head to Florida, get out of this cold weather, go all the way down to Miami. Good little selection of trains in here. You can see how these tracks are lower and they can walk around the tops of the train without ladders. All right, let's continue on. Oh, got a railroad crossing. Watch out, train coming. A lot of activity going on in here. Another great exhibit. 1925. It's an old one here. Lots of information in here for the train enthusiast. Got these old lanterns they would have used, hand signals. Long before radio communications, that's the way they did it. Here's a look inside one of these old trains. This is where the engineer would have sat. There's the controls. I guess that's where the coal was kept, maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe they dig the coal out of there and throw it in that boiler up there in the front. This rail car here was called Loretto, built back in 1901 for Charles Schwab. I guess he wanted to get all fancy when he rode around. Maybe you can see inside the little cushion chairs, recliners and stuff like that. They got some pictures over here if you on a plaque if you want to see more of it. Here's a U.S. Army hospital car. Those things were long. Looks like you can go inside too. Yeah, you can, so that's kind of cool. Come in there, oh, little old toilet in there, the bed. A place to sit. Got another video about the train. Some of the old restoration. All of their needs were able to be attended to in a single car. If you look, they got these old beds, but etched in the window, they got like patients. They would be laying there looking out, kind of look like ghosts do. You can see them there. Woo. But yeah, this was a big deal back in the day. You was getting treated right. So much to look at. I think these old ghost images, I hope you can see them. Kind of weird. There's one right there. Woo. Hope nobody died in there and still haunting the train. Yeah. Basically a train with a bunch of beds. Yeah, out the back we go. So here they have the thing they started is called Gotham City. I guess it's supposed to look like towns in 1925. Shows you back what was invented during that time: television, pop-up toasters, silent film, America's first motels. Ford Motor Company started manufacturing cars, and gas, 19 cents a gallon. So this is one of the little towns here, and you can see they got I Spy, and they'll say, do you spot the man on the ladder? How many pigeons do you count? That's something for kids to do. And I'm finding myself wanting to find him now, but I'm not going to stand there and look too hard, but he's in there somewhere. I'm going down. This represents the city much like Charlotte, North Carolina would be back in the 1920s. I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. Here they want you to find the broom and how many firemen you can count. Yeah, I better get out of here. I'll be here all day trying to find stuff. So about this section dedicated to the people who worked on the rail. Got some life-size pictures of them there, showing some of their tools and the things they did. Guy there almost looks real standing there. A lot of hard workers back in the day, working on a little bit of everything. A machinist. Yeah, don't forget this is right off to the right of the roundhouse. You just about pass it up if you don't watch out. Let me see if I can see this. It was at that section where I showed you earlier, where there was no train sitting pointed out to the roundhouse out there. Okay, I'm outside at the turntable here, outside of the roundhouse, and this is the turntable that would spin, and you would bring a train on it, and then you would spin it around to whichever shop it needed to go to. Those are the trains that were inside we were looking at earlier. And there's a little orientation gallery right here as you come in. I recommend going in there. There's a man in there who's got a wealth of information for you. There's a great video that they show there, and I really liked watching that. All right, this is the back side of the back house. You'll see a track that comes out that door. That's how they would have brought trains in there to be worked on, and it goes out back here toward the turntable. Here you can see the tourist train coming around again. It brings you around through the back side of the shops on its little trip around. It'll come on up through here and go back to where I showed you earlier there at the depot. All right, we've got a few more shops. We'll check them out. We're coming to the end of this tour here pretty soon, but it's not over yet, so let's keep going. There's a train coming by again here. Standing outside the flue shop. All right, let's go inside the flue shop. So it looks like they turned this into a museum for old cars and things like that. Another great little exhibit here. Yeah, so come on in, visit the flue shop. Looks like they got some more modern cars up there. Let's go over there and look real quick. Yeah, you got some of the old cars that are a little bit newer. A lot of you might remember these cars. 1960. That's the year I was born. Nice ride. Mustang over there. Old 1961 Chevrolet pickup. Got a lot of good cars in here. 1959 Edsel and a Nash. So yeah, you got planes, you got boats, you got trains, you got these old cars, you got wagons. Got a little bit of everything in here. Let's go check out the rest of the buildings. Great little museum. Oh, big museum, I should say. We're walking back toward the gift shop now. Got some nice photographs of all the guys that worked here. Great old pictures blown up. Yeah, come back and check these little pictures up as you walk on up toward the gift shop. Outside here, back behind the gift shop, they have some old pictures telling about the town of Spencer here. You can look at them and then you can pull back and you can see the town of Spencer as it is today. There's those shots we looked at earlier. There's a little strip mall that I hope gets redone. Back there's where I crossed the road to come on in. You can come over here to this gift shop, take one of these rocking chairs and just spend a nice day outside. It was cold this morning, but it feels good out here now. Of course, I've been doing a lot of walking, so that'll warm you up. Bring good shoes if you're going to come visit this museum. Now I was walking up here to the front again to the gift shop right there. I noticed this little section here they got with shoes of the worker safety shoes and stuff. It's kind of a little weird exhibit, but hey, the first mode of transportation, right? Your feet. Yep, your feet. And you're going to use them when you come out here to the Spencer Shops and the North Carolina Transportation Museum. So I'm going to end it here. Great day in Spencer, North Carolina. Great day at this museum, North Carolina Transportation Museum. Come by with the kids, come by yourself, and have a great day. Y'all take care.